I'm a boss chick, yeah, I'm a boss lady. I be calling shots, I be getting money. I'm a boss chick, yeah, I'm a boss lady. I be calling shots, I be getting money.
Hey, welcome to I Look Good Naked podcast with Terry J. Vaughn.
And Cass Seeger's Beatles.
Yes. Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
So, Cass,
Yes, what's up?
how are you doing today, love?
My mind is not good today. But
What?
I don't know.
Say
It's so
that your mind is not
it's
good.
cluttered today. My mind is cluttered. We have projects, we have deadlines. I'm a writer, I have deadlines. We're in the
Yes.
middle of this really big, amazing project that we can't wait to announce, and that has things that are due for it.
Cass,
So it's just a lot
Cass.
happening.
you have to focus.
Yes, but
That is what I've been.
10
I know,
things.
but you can't focus on 10 things at one time.
Yeah.
You just can't. And the more that I read, what was I reading? I can't remember.
Right.
And listening to, I'm just trying to elevate my mental state of mind and spiritual
Why you gotta do your hand?
stroke.
What is that about?
Then I felt like I was doing a spoken word.
Elevate your
I was talking
mind,
about
your
elevate-
mental focus.
Yes.
You
And
know this.
You do. We have to train. Our brains are so trained to be distracted that it's normal for us. Like we are
I know.
normal in distraction.
Yes.
We are not so equipped to focus. And when we focus, that's when we can thrive more.
You're right.
So-
That's a challenge for me.
I know. So
Yeah.
I just want
I
you to
write
be
the
aware
list
of it.
down, but I'll skip on the list.
I
And so in the
know.
middle of an email, I'll think of something else. I'll stop that email
Yeah,
just to
see?
form another email or to start writing something. Or this is what's really bad
You
with
have
me.
to stop.
But I can't stop this. So listen to this. What happens when when I'm always creating, developing
Yeah.
characters, right?
Uh-huh.
So in the middle of doing something, I will
Susie
think
May
of
starts
something
to talk
that
to you in
yep,
your head.
Yep. Somebody starts to talk to me and they give me the next line. I have to stop.
I don't know if we
down.
should be talking about this on the podcast. I
We
don't-
should, because I'm sure other writers and other creatives, like it's kind of like you get an inspiration.
God.
You can't stop down. So then
Your
I
DM
have
is
to
going to be
stop
filled with
and then just start like, okay,
therapists.
I've got to write. Well, I hope they're free. I hope they come with some free therapy. I would gladly take on a free therapist, someone that I could just sit and talk to once a week about the people that talk to me in my head and figure out how to get them to talk only at a certain time of night and day. And then I could kind of departmentalize that. But it doesn't
what
happen like that.
I think would help is if you train your brain to focus.
Okay.
And I think it will all go hand in hand together. No, it's not maybe. It's true. I know it's a fact.
Because I focus a lot more than I used to. But yeah,
No,
it
it's
doesn't.
literally like learn to focus, like how you're talking about those emails, like literally giving all your attention to that one email. And even when you have another thought of an email you need to do,
Mm-hmm.
you bring your mind right back to that one you're going to finish up. You
Right.
got to finish it up
Right.
and then get that off, and then before you move to the next thought.
Yeah, that's
So it's training.
It
It's
is
just
training.
You
It
have
is
to train
training,
your brain.
and I'm not quite there yet. So
Okay.
all that being said, today I'm in just a bit of disarray,
Okay.
but it's fine because it is what it is. It's just the
It is.
state I'm in. at
I
this
love
very
your
moment.
earrings. They say free spirit.
They do say free spirit.
Yeah.
It's a little too free. Sometimes our spirits just all wandering all around the place, and my spirit maybe should be so
Okay,
free.
this is going to be a wacky podcast today. I can
It
see.
is. It
It's
is.
all
But
good. I love
other
it.
than that, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I am focused.
That's funny. That's funny that you're focused and I'm not focused.
I'm
Almost
just
like you're
saying.
laughing at
I
me.
am. No, it's beautiful. Everything is good. I'm really great. I'm prepping for, the movie
Yes.
that I'll be directing in
You're leaving,
a
what, in a
few
month?
weeks.
few
Yep,
weeks?
in a month. I got some other good news today.
Oh, good. Are we sharing it on the podcast or is this private?
Should I share it? I guess I
don't know.
should share it. Why not? Why the fuck not? I'll
right.
share it.
Okay.
So and you don't even know this because it would literally just happened on my drive here.
Okay.
Well, it started last night. I got a call from a friend producer that is producing the movie.
Okay.
And he asked me if I wanted to do it.
Correct. Okay.
Um,
To be in
no,
it or
to be in it.
Okay. Okay.
And he sent me the script last night. It's freaking hilarious.
Oh, good.
And I'm gonna do it.
Oh, yay.
So actually,
When are you
will
shooting
be-
this?
I know. I'm shooting
I go
this.
to-
It
before?
is.
Oh,
It's
my God.
before.
That's crazy.
It's before. I direct the other movie. So
Oh.
I'm going to be acting in a movie and directing a movie within a matter of 3 months.
Look at
span.
God. Won't he?
Look at
Won't he do
God.
it?
Won't he
Won't
do
he
it?
do it?
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I can have some applause there,
Oh,
Melissa. Can
we'll
you
add
put me
some applause in.
applause right there?
Or
'Cause,
like,
you know,
I think we
just
should have
wanna
like a
celebrate and be thankful.
hallelujah.
Yes,
That's what it should
That's
be.
what I want because that's what I feel.
Yeah.
Like, hallelujah. Thank
Yeah.
you, Lord God, Jesus.
Yes, we need more than applause.
Thank
we need like
you.
a praise dance.
Yes, praise dance.
Yeah. Big lady, big
Yes,
church
my
lady praise
soul
dance.
is dancing.
Yeah.
My soul is dancing. So I'm
that's good.
I'm happy. Yes.
Yay.
So that's my good news. So do you have a quote for the day, my lady?
I did have a quote and it just left me.
Well,
Why?
I'm
Because
gonna
my mind
read
is right. But I know it's by. The quote is by Mahatma Gandhi. I was about to say Mahatma Rice.
Mariah Carey? What?
Rice.
Mm. Oh my God. I can't with her today.
Mahatma Rice.
I knew it was going to be
Yeah,
a wacky
it is a wacky day. It's by
podcast.
Mahatma
I
Gandhi,
knew it.
not Mahatma Rice, which I wonder. if
Mahatma Rice.
the two. Anyway,
Mm.
no. Okay. My quote of the day is my life is my message. And I love that quote.
I do too.
It's simple.
It
It
is.
is. Yes. But it's like you live your life, your brand, your life, your
Right.
walk, your talk
That
should
is your
be
message.
what you're about.
That's right. That's right.
No more than that.
So if somebody asks you like, what's your message?
your
And
message?
if you're saying, oh well, my message is to be peaceful and
Right,
da-da-da,"
but then you're
and
out.
you're cussing people out to be like, that's not your message.
That's not your message.
is brass and
Yeah.
rude.
Yeah. And
So you have to
disruptive. In not a
live-
good way.
Your message. Okay, say it again so she can let the people give a think thought
Give a think thought.
noise sound.
My life is my message.
Awesome.
That was
I
your
love
think
it.
thought. That was your think thought time.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, and I'm gonna live by that.
Yeah.
I'm receiving that.
You're
one,
receiving that one?
and I'm living.
Oh,
that.
Gandhi. He had a few
Yeah.
things to say.
Yeah, and
He was a
I-
wise man.
Back to the rice. I do think.
Back to the
that-
rice.
I do think that
We're gonna do a little
rice-
research that the rice is
See
after
if
him.
it- yeah,
I don't think it's
like
his
it's supposed to
family.
be peaceful rice. I mean,
I don't know.
but, you
I
know.
don't think so.
No.
I don't know. I'd have no idea what the origin of rice is, but by next week, that's what we'll talk about. We'll definitely give you the
I don't
background.
think the people care.
I think that they will care after hearing this. They'll be like,
Okay.
and I wonder if they have a brain like me that keeps wandering off on tangents. This shit will bother me all day. It'll
They're
be
gonna
like
be
5
prepping
o'clock this
dinner.
afternoon. I'm
Right.
in the middle of doing
Like,
an
I
email, and I'll be
wonder
like,
this
oh shit, I
rice.
didn't look up that rice thing. And then I'll stop doing what I'm doing to go look up the rice. It's bad, y'all. It's bad.
That's funny. You know what? I forgot to even say, and I should have said this at the start. I wish I had something rolling out ish to show because we are
Oh,
shooting
yeah.
our podcast at the offices of Rolling Out.
Rolling out.
And they're just been fantastic to
Yep.
receive us in and help promote our podcast,
Yeah.
I Look Good Naked podcast. See, we blowing up. Y'all better catch. I'm just saying, all these advertisers that are sleeping on us,
That are
y'all keep
sleeping.
picking up the phone and hanging up, picking up the phone, like thinking like, we should call those I Look Good Naked girls.
Yep.
And then hang up. Y'all better dial the phone, call us,
Yep.
and or send us an email because you probably don't have a phone number, but you might. It's easy to find people nowadays. So you need to advertise on our podcast.
Oh,
if you
and
want. Yeah,
we're
and-
about to
and-
have the podcast. It's going to have a new home.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah,
don't tell
but
them.
we're not gonna
Don't
tell them
'em.
yet.
We don't
Podcast
tell
is gonna
'em.
have a new home.
If you want
Yep.
to be a part of this podcast and get your ad in,
What is
you
this?
need to.
This is so black girl.
That is, well, that is so what I am.
That is-
So black
it
girl.
is what you
So y'all need to get with it and hit us up. That's all I'm saying.
All right, that's fine. Who is
okay.
your woman? Who is your woman of the
My
day? I'm
woman
giving
of the
you
day.
my
Guess
quote.
what? Is another black girl. What? Black girl magic. They're always black, aren't they? Because that's the whole purpose of this
They
segment.
We shed light on African American women in history, or
Yes.
women who are Africans, or not. Sometimes they're not African American. Sometimes they're Africans.
Yep.
Women of color
Yep.
who have done amazing
Sometimes they're
things in
French.
life.
I feel like we've had a
That's what I'm
French-
saying. So that's what I'm saying. Women of color all over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all over the world.
Yeah. And today, our woman of the podcast is
Henrietta Lacks. Bum, bum, bum. Born August 1st, 1920 to October 4th, 1951. Ooh,
I was
let
gonna
me
say,
put
where
my
are your,
glasses.
oh my God, I was so
'Cause
about
I
to be like,
cannot
where are your
read
reading
that.
glasses?
Don't laugh at me. The rolling out cameraman is laughing at me. That's not fair.
That's because he's young.
He is
his young eyes.
You're gonna need glasses one day too. I just hope you know that. Yes, you
He's
will.
like, why would you put that on
He's-
me?
He's saying he's not. 'Cause
I
I
was
thought
like,
I didn't need. wouldn't need- Everyone thinks
everybody
that.
does.
And you are. I'm sorry to bust your little young bubble, but you will need reading glasses one day.
Can you
I'm
please?
just saying. Okay, I'm
Before you
sorry.
start
I got
hexing the dude,
unfo-
right?
I got unfocused.
You got so unfocused. See, and she talked about me and my focus.
I'm sorry. Back to Henrietta Lacks. African American woman whose cancer cell culture was used to create one of the most important cell lines in cancer research in 1951. Did you guys know this? Like, the funny thing is, I was not aware of this until Oprah did that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
ignorant.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people
Yeah.
aren't. Yeah.
So, diagnosed with cervical cancer in 1950 after giving birth to her 5th child at the age of 30. First of all, that.
People do that.
Ooh!
People have
5
kids before. Just
kids
because we
before
waited till we
30?
were Mary's age or Sarah's age to have kids doesn't mean everybody else
Oh,
does.
5 before 30, though. Okay. Well, I guess you need that kind of energy to have 5 kids. Anyway.
Before 30, right?
Yeah. During treatment at Johns Hopkins, 2 cervical samples were taken without Lax's knowledge or permission
I'm sure it happens
and
all
were
the time.
used to create the HeLa cell line. Lax's cells were the first cells observed that could be divided multiple times without dying. As a result, they were used in many medical experiments.
Yep.
The cells were the first to be successfully cloned and have been used to develop a vaccine for polio and to research cancer, AIDS, virology, and sensitivity to products. There's just so much things that are just amazing about this and just our just godness of just it's in us. I'm just like,
Yep.
yeah. I love it.
But what's
being a black
crazy,
woman.
and I know that, of course, you saw the movie that Oprah did. It was on HBO. The fact that they never told her family,
Yes.
like years
This is
and years
crazy.
and years, they never told her family. Family didn't know anything, and literally, people have been cured. They have,
Man,
I mean, so
black
many
people,
modern
we are
medicines.
the everything. We
Yeah.
are the healer. We are everything. So anyway, Lax was given a
What is this?
posthumous.
No.
Posthumous.
Lax was given a posthumous honorary doctorate in public service in 2011 and inducted
she
into the
just-
Maryland Women's Hall of Fame in 2014. I just thought I would read the rest of it because I was so passionate by it, so impassioned.
So, I mean, first of all, God bless Henrietta Lacks
Yes.
and her family.
Yes.
That is amazing. But just the whole story behind this and how the blood was taken, the cells were taken,
Right.
and she didn't know, her
Nope.
family didn't know
Nope.
that it was being used to heal people everywhere.
Yep. A huge part of their medical research in the early years at Johns Hopkins.
That's
Not the
just
early years, but
Bananas to me.
yeah. And what's even more bananas is a lot of Maine culture, unless you like really studied African history in school, would have never known about Henrietta Lacks, aside from Oprah doing it on HBO.
I
So
was
I'm
one.
sure that there's
I'm
a
saying.
lot of people who just would have never known about it. So, shout out to Oprah and shout out to HBO
Yeah.
for, going forth and telling that story, and the others that were behind telling that story. And there's so many untold stories
Yeah,
that
so many.
we just don't know about. People don't know about it.
That's why.
Yes.
That's why. First of all, let's give again Henrietta Lacks big ups. Thank you. So walk with your heads up high is all I'm saying. Black women, Black people, people of color. It's like we have contributed to life.
Yeah. Yep.
Period. And I just feel so empowered. I feel so
Good.
empowered, and I just want us all to just know that. And
We are powerful.
We are powerful.
We are goddesses. We are superheroes.
We are goddesses.
We're all of
We
these
are
things.
all of it.
No matter what you have been told and what you are
That's right.
continuously told.
That's right.
It's all a fallacy, and we just have to go and do our own research about how
Yeah.
powerful we are. I mean, that's really
Yeah.
that's all we can say. I remember when we just had the when Meghan Markle just got married, not
Right.
just got married, but got married earlier in the spring.
Mhm.
And everyone was like, "Oh my God, our first black queen!" and "Oh, this is amazing because she's going to be a black princess," and
Right.
all of this. And then Black Twitter and other social sites were like, "Come on now!" And then they listed all of the
right.
African queens, like
Yes,
for
come
real,
on.
like it's still queens and kings over
That's
in
right.
Africa. There have
That's
been,
right.
and there continue to be. So,
Yes.
we just have to do a little of our history.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
And we just can't listen to the rhetoric. We and that's why I just think it's so important that we support each other.
Yeah.
That we support each other, and that's just what I'm
That's
not going
just
to
what
get on
it
that.
is. Don't get
tangent,
on that. Don't get
'cause
on
I
that.
don't feel like it.
Don't.
I
I want to get on something fun. Like, do you have a Will Smith family moment or
Oh,
or a
of
Smith family
course
moment?
I
I always
do.
say Will Smith, but it's the Smith family moment because we
he's the
highlight
seed.
he is the
He's
he's the head.
seed.
He's the head of the household that I'm sure they claim on their taxes. I'm sure they file joint. I don't know what y'all are doing over there,
What are
but
you talking about?
but I'm sure
Family
I'm sure he
taxes.
claims married head of household. That's what he would
They
claim.
might file separately.
They
I
might
don't
file.
know.
Hell,
Who
they might not even
knows?
file. For all I know, they might be sovereign.
They file.
I don't
I'm going
know.
to say they file their taxes.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what
IRS
happens.
listening.
All right.
Yeah, they do. They definitely file their taxes.
I'm sure we would know if they didn't. But,
But-
yes, what's our moment? What's our moment?
The Will.
Let's
I
something
mean,
fun.
now the Smith family moment.
Yes.
is Jaden Smith
Okay.
started his tour,
All right.
and he's on tour
With his icon.
J.
Was it
Cole.
Icon? Is that the name of the album?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I think that's the name of the
the
album.
name of the
That's how we
Icon,
know it.
yeah.
Icon. I know the song is freaking bananas.
Yeah.
And he started his tour in Miami, and he brought his dad out on stage with him. Of
Of
course
course he did.
Your
because
dad,
your
is,
dad
Will
is Will
Smith, and Will just ripped it on the stage, and it was just so beautiful
Aw.
to see the two of them. And I saw pictures that they posted Jada behind stage
Right.
with
Where's Willow?
Jaden.
With Willow? Where's Willow?
I didn't see pictures of Willow back there. I don't know.
I'm
if
sure she was.
Yeah,
was in the
she
crowd.
probably
She
was there, or maybe doing her own thing.
Right.
Because they're so phenomenal. It's almost like, oh yeah, of course my brother's on tour. I can go do something else.
Right.
That's
I'm over
normal
here-
in our family. I'm over here doing something else amazing.
Right.
So yeah, so that was just
I didn't
so
see it, so I'm
exciting.
gonna have to find the clip so I can watch it.
It was so exciting to see,
Mhm.
and it's so funny because I remember them being little kids.
Yep.
Around when we were shooting, all of us.
Yeah.
So it's just so awesome. We love the Smith family,
We do.
don't we?
Because they
We
are
just
awesome.
do. We just want them to be our best friends.
In our head, they are our best friends. Yeah.
They really
Yeah,
are.
it's Auntie
We're actually-
Jada
yep,
and
Auntie
Uncle
Jada and
Will.
Uncle Will.
Yep.
Our kids call them that,
Yeah.
and we go over for dinners.
Yep.
Especially on the holidays.
Yep.
Exchange
A
gifts.
yacht parties. We travel with them on vacation with all the exes. They bring their exes
have a
on
real
vacation.
gift from them though, from when I was on the show.
You
of
do,
course.
yeah. It's a bag,
Actually,
right?
I have two pair of shades.
Okay.
That they gave all the cast and crew one day because Will is just phenomenal, and he had the sunglasses people come to set and
Right, 'cause he
line up
can.
all these shades, and we got to pick two pair of shades each.
Oh,
And yes, and then a big Gucci bag.
right.
That was Christmas gifts they
It's
gave.
always nice
the
when
cast.
the people you work with have
gifts.
deals. Like that kind of that we did that when I was on the road with Kevin and he had his little shoe deal, his
Uh-huh.
Nike deal. I got some Nike stuff. and-
Yeah, that's so cool,
yeah,
right?
we need a deal so we can
We
bless
need a
our
deal.
people.
We need a deal. We have people
Who
who
our
need
deal?
to
I
bless.
want to deal with like
Who's giving
Puma
us our
or
deal.
Adidas. You know, I
Right.
love sneakers,
Yeah,
so we need a sneaker deal.
we do.
We
We
put a
do.
sneaker deal. I'll do our podcast right up here. I'll put my feet right up here on the
You gonna put your
podcast.
feet up there? That's
Yeah.
gonna be an interesting podcast.
Well, the table is a little lower at our office, so it won't be as challenging as today. But don't sleep. That was a
I
dancer.
know you were a dancer. I know it's
Not
only play.
exotic dancer, ballet, and I will be able to.
Ballet can be pretty exotic, though.
Ballet can be exotic, but you know you have to get the people because they be like, I know I saw that bitch at wherever, whatever club it would have been.
It was not that dancer. That
Yeah,
was
not that
you.
dancer.
That wasn't you.
I mean, and no shade to those dancers because I really wish that I had the balls to do that like earlier in life because I've never been like
wanted to be a
ashamed of my
stripper?
body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have
really
been.
goals. That was a goal.
That wasn't a goal, but it would have been just something to cross off the list. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I did that. Yeah.
That's on your bucket list. I think that we should definitely have you do that to get that off your bucket list.
There's a lot of stuff on my bucket list. That
Oh
I'm
my
not,
God,
like,
but we
like a
could
big
do that
comedy
one.
Comedian. Yeah, wait, at the club?
Yeah.
Strip?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can do that.
I'm not gonna do it now. I've had babies
Right,
because my
so
shit don't look
what?
like it did when I really was
You
like, I'm gonna
still
do
have a really nice figure,
Yeah.
Cassandra
it. Yeah,
Beatles.
but I just don't know. if People want to see strippers
They
over
want to
40.
see. They
Do
want.
they?
To,
Do
they
they
just
wanna
like
see-
to see
we'll
naked
see
women. They
comments.
don't care.
They don't.
They don't
Gunshots, bullet
They
wounds. They don't really
wanna
care.
see
You're right. And I don't have
baby
any
stretches.
gunshots or stretch marks or
Yeah,
anything
so you're
like
good.
that. So
you are
know.
so good.
All
You
right,
make
we'll
a lot
see.
of money.
We'll see if I.
And I
cross
know
that
one
off.
of your other is
I wonder
to
if we
do
could get a whole
comedy,
film
and
funded.
maybe you could do your
Comedy
comedy
set.
while stripping.
Mm.
What?
I don't know.
Not-
Maybe my stripping would be comedy. I don't have the strength because you know me how I am. I like to excel
my
at
God.
everything.
Yes,
So
you
if
go all out.
I go all in.
That's right.
So like the strippers. Okay, so 1980 strippers, which is back when I would have been stripping.
Mm-hmm.
80s, late 80s, 90s. Maybe not late 80s because I was 1888. So like 90s. So 90s strippers are a lot different from the strippers today. Like the strippers today are almost on some Cirque du Soleil type of shit. So,
Right. That's what
right.
I'm saying. But you could. I believe
No,
you could
my
do it.
arm strength just like I can't.
If you worked out,
I
and
could
trained,
climb
you
up
could.
the pole, maybe. Like I could do that, but then when they start turning upside down and they turn sideways,
You
my
could
body's
train.
just going to
You
go.
could train. You could train.
Oh, wait.
I have so
Who
much
do I
confidence
get time
in
to
you.
train? Like I'm training just to cross on my bucket. Like
Yeah,
I'm too busy. You already told me
absolutely.
to stay focused. Now you're gonna be like, Cass, what are you doing, girl? I'm in strip class because I want Thursday night. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
be at
God.
the
I
club.
was so disappointed in myself when I took a strip class.
It is really. They are
I
really
was
strong
so
girls.
disappointed because I work out.
You're
I
not
thought I
working
was
out
gonna-
those
No, I'm
muscles.
not.
You're not working out those
I
inner
sucked.
thigh
I could
muscles.
not get up the pole.
No.
I could not slide down the pole.
So now I'm just
I
gonna
was
be a whack stripper, just
pathetic.
like against
Yeah.
the pole. Ain't gonna make no money.
But you could just dance. You have a nice body. You could just do.
Nobody
the
wants to see a pirouette. Hold on, guys.
naked. They would.
Chasse and leap. And like, boo.
I think they would.
I would have to be really butt ass naked. Like I would
Yeah.
have to be all the way
That's
butt
what
ass
they
naked.
are at the strip clubs.
Yeah,
in
they
Atlanta.
are. You're right.
And
They
if you
are.
were dancing and you were butt naked,
And then
they
I-
wouldn't
and I
do
do
it.
a
And you
chasse
started
leap.
doing some ballet.
These niggas would not go for it. These girls are on the ground spreading their butt cheeks and popping and doing all kinds of stuff.
Somebody would like you.
Did you see that video that
Somebody would
Sierra
like
did?
you.
Somebody would like me.
Uh-huh. Someone's
You think
gonna
he
like
have-
the ballet
you think
stripper.
he have money? And he ain't got no money. It'll be one
It's
bro.
gonna be an older
oh,
man.
it's so
to
artistic.
be more classy.
No, I just
Right.
need a thug with a stack. That's who's giving the money, and they are
Okay.
not caring nothing about you
Ballet
doing some
moves.
Alvin Ailey, Martha Graham
If
moves
you're
in the middle of the
butt
comedy
naked.
set.
I think you can get away with anything if you're butt naked. I do. I really do. It's just my thought. I'm just thinking.
Well, I don't know if we're ever gonna see that. We're gonna find that out. So I don't know.
It's on your
We'll
bucket
see.
list.
It is on my bucket list. Maybe I just have to do it at home around my husband. Maybe he could
That's
just throw me
boring.
some. It is boring because he ain't gonna give me so much money. He'd be like, "Babe, you know we got." I might get 20 at once, and after that, he'd be
No,
like,
he's gonna
"Oh,
throw
we
them
got
at you,
bills."
but then he's just gonna pick them up.
I know, pick them up and put them back in. Okay, we got. Okay, we got to
Put
pay
'em
the
back
light
in
bill.
drawer.
Oh,
Okay.
it's just
All right.
sad. Anyway, so we have
Um,
got all off topic. I don't even
yes,
know what we were talking
we did.
about. Sierra. I'm sorry. So last week, I guess Sierra is in Africa doing something. I don't know. I saw something on Instagram, which is crazy because my mother-in-law is so on Instagram that she's the one that keeps me up on what's going on Instagram.
That is hilarious.
So she comes over because my husband is chefing these days. I don't know if you've seen all the stuff he's posting, but he's like cooking his ass off. So she was showing me these moves that Sierra was doing, I guess for some
Was
video.
she doing them?
Oh my gosh, she was doing them. No, my
Yes.
mother-in-law?
Yes.
No, my mother.
Oh, I'm like, was she showing you the moves?
No, she was
Like,
showing me
doing
Sierra
them?
do the moves on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
And
okay.
they were stripper kind of moves. That's what made me think about it. But they were these African, like
badass.
she was popping her ass and she was
Yeah,
over in
Sierra's
Africa and it was
badass,
something for a
man.
video. And I was like, I miss dancing.
Yeah, she's
That's my whole
badass.
full circle. I was like, oh, I want to take an African dance class. and I want to do so much.
You did take a dance class for a second.
For a second, I just couldn't
and then you
keep.
got off.
I couldn't keep it up. I couldn't
Yeah,
keep up
it's
the
a lot.
schedule
It's a
with
lot
the
of
kids
commitment.
and then our
No,
stuff.
and
It's-
I do need you to stay focused.
yeah. So
all right.
I don't know when I'm going to do all this stuff, but
So we have another phenomenal, great guest
we
today.
do. He's funny.
He is funny, and he's just a great person,
Yeah.
great guy, great family man. And we will be right back
We will be
with
back.
Kenny Burns on I Look Good Naked podcast.
I'm a boss chick, yeah, I'm a boss lady. I be calling shots, I be getting money. I'm a boss chick, yeah, I'm a boss lady. I be calling shots, I be getting money.
And we are back on I Look Good Naked podcast with our fantastic,
I love that.
amazing, fun, sexy,
Hey.
family
That's
friendly.
Family friendly.
Because he's always talking about his family,
Family
and I
friendly,
love
yes.
that.
Always.
Lifestyle ambassador,
Yes.
president of everybody's
Wakanda,
lifestyle
absolutely,
brand,
yes.
president of Wakanda,
Yeah.
Kenny Burns.
Hey. What's up, beautifuls? I
Oh,
Look Good Naked.
funny.
That's an awesome podcast name.
Thank
That
you.
really
Yay,
is
thank
awesome.
you.
I mean, how did you come up with that? I'm curious.
Well, Cass, nasty ass.
tell.
No,
I just was
no, she was throwing. We were
I was
trying to
throwing
come up
names
with a
out,
name
and I was like,
and
I
was
look
trying to
good
come up with
naked.
something deep. I was trying to.
And then
Right.
you went all the
Sister
way
Circle.
with the,
But
with
then
the
did.
visuals.
And then
That
right,
is-
then we
said
went-
that.
I was
and
like, I look good naked.
I was like, Cass, that's it. And
Yep.
she kind of just threw it out there like she was joking. She's like, well, I look good naked. And I was like,
It seems
That's
like a show,
it.
though. It seems like a thing.
That's
It
it.
seems like I can
Yes.
see it on the side of the
it's a
Mercedes-Benz
thing.
Stadium.
It is
Well,
a
it needs
thing.
to be.
Hey.
And that's why we have you on the show today. Really, we
Let's
want you
turn
to
it
be
up.
the brand ambassador.
Turn y'all- turn y'all all the way up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
turn us
turn
all
us
the
all the
way
way
up.
up. We need to do I Look Good Naked pop-ups and just everything.
Yes,
Yeah.
we want to make it a
Well,
lifestyle.
I can tell you how you get some attention. Go outside naked.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
You're the brand ambassador.
You're not really about that life. I was just checking. I see now what it is.
No, thank you, Kenny, so much for coming on the show.
Absolutely.
We always like to try to have somebody on here that could tell the people something that would be helpful for them. And I just, when we were, we recently
Right.
were on Amanda Seals' Smart, Funny, and Black
Yes.
show together.
Yes.
And I was just like, because I just know
We
you
see
in
each
passing.
other for years. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was my first time like really getting to sit and kick it with you. And I was like, this brother is so awesome.
He's a black spurt.
He is a black
I'm a black
spurt.
spurt.
He actually won. Okay,
He
first
won.
of
He
all,
won the Smart Black
I
and
knew she
Funny.
would have talked about
He
this. Yeah.
freaking won, but he won because he cheated.
I did not
You
cheat.
Tell me,
How,
is this cheating?
how is it cheating if I know the information?
No,
Oh, well,
because
answer
you
the
didn't
questions.
follow the rules.
Okay, what were the rules?
But it was
Oh
a big
my
lesson to me
God.
about not
Cheating.
following the rules. Like, fuck the rules. You don't have to follow
You're
the
right.
rules.
You don't normally follow
that's
the rules.
life,
That's
though,
life.
children. That is
Yeah.
life.
Yes. So the rule was before you say an answer, you got to do your buzzer. And so we both created our own buzzer. So
Terry,
I would try to
Terry.
buzz in. Hey, y'all. That was my buzzer. What was your buzzer, Kenny?
Or no. You had to say that and like
Or
get the
no.
crowd to say.
Before you say your answer.
But Terry, did I not? I several times, more than not, gave you the opportunity to answer first, or
No,
gave
just
you
once.
the
You
answer
only did
once.
that once.
No, I did that several times,
No,
and I gave you the answer.
Several. It's such
I
a
get-
stretch. You did it once.
I did it
Kenny.
more than.
Okay, you gave me the answer.
How much
Martin
did he
Luther
win
King-
by?
And you
How much
gave
did he win by? How many points?
Talk to him,
It
Terry.
wasn't-
Let him
I don't
know.
know. It
Share
wasn't
with
like
your
a lot.
audience.
It wasn't a lot.
No, you killed the
Relax
last
your-
one.
relax
I just
yourself.
want to say this. She had the best answer. The last question of the competition was,
Which
if
was
aliens,
supposed to be 85% of the grade.
can't take it.
And
Anyway,
I still,
right.
because I
She
hate
does.
losing. I'm such
She
a
does.
competitor.
She is
I
such a
hate-
competitor.
I was so mad that I lost.
So I'm giving her a compliment. I'm trying to give her a
I
compliment.
know, she won't even take it.
The question was, if
Okay,
aliens
all right.
came down to Earth and you had to give them 3 albums to define who we are as a people. I mean, she killed it. She said
What were- what were-
songs in the key of life,
Uh-huh.
what's going on, and what was the other one?
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, I was like, I can't even come back for that. You could have that one. I mean, I had to come with like Eric B. and Rakim paid full,
Notice
Purple
how
Rain.
everything
and
is
stuff.
old. Like
We are older.
yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying. There's no.
I'm trying to act my age finally. Y'all don't want me to grow up out here. But she had that was a great finish to it. And it was amazing.
But it was
Big shout
just an
to
amazing
Amanda.
show. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was amazing. And you guys should definitely check her out. Amanda Seals' Smart, Black, and Funny. It was amazing. So
Yes.
you were a great competitor, sir,
Thank you, my
and
love.
you won, even though you cheated.
I didn't cheat. I did not cheat. And I gave
He
her
was just
answers.
yelling
I gave
out
her a dirty
answers
bird. They had a
without
question. I was
doing
like,
his.
dirty bird.
You
Dirty
did.
bird.
You did. I was like, I know that dance. I was like, I didn't know it. I forgot
You
what
forgot
they
what it was
call
called.
it. I was like,
Oh.
I know they do it and they do something like this. He was like, dirty bird. Dirty
But I
bird.
will
And
say
was
this:
like,
the women was turning up on the men. I'm talking about that is a Me Too movement happening out of this world. I'm talking about I was just against the grain and I won. I just feel proud of myself.
Yeah.
I've been married 19
It's
years
true.
with 2 children. I don't
There you
win
go.
A lot.
Yes,
I don't
yeah.
win a lot.
Oh, I get it.
I needed
sound
something.
like my husband,
Yeah,
too.
yeah, all the husbands always sound like that.
I
He
know.
needed
It's
something.
facts.
Well, I'm happy you went home as a winner that night.
Thank you, love. I
that
didn't
was
get none,
good.
but it's all right.
That is all
okay,
good.
okay.
Again.
Right.
So,
Husband.
so there was a couple of things that I wanted to talk to you about.
Yes, love.
But first, we talked briefly about when we were there. You talked briefly about us being in this business and in this entertainment industry
Yes.
before social media
Yeah.
was ever
A
thought
thing.
of.
Right.
And how we've been able to sustain or reinvent and still build our brands and not lose it
Yes.
through the years. Can you talk about how you were able to do that and what you would advise people to do that are, because things are still going to keep changing.
100%.
But before that, tell us how you started.
Yeah.
Just so people
Yeah,
won't
so
be.
I started as a party promoter here in Atlanta. I got in some trouble my senior year of high school. I was a basketball star in D.C. and ended up losing my scholarships. And my cousin came to Morehouse, and all year long he kept talking about, you got to come down to April for Freaknik. You got to come down.
It all comes down to
April
Freaknik.
for Freaknik. And I was like, what the hell is a Freaknik? He's like, trust me, man. They come from all over the country, man. Women.
They.
Oh, man, it's unbelievable. They.
It is.
They.
It was definitely a phenomenon.
A phenomenon.
It was a moment in history.
So Freaknik changed my life. I came to Atlanta and saw all these beautiful people from all over the HBCU world, and I said I have to leave DC because I tell my mentees all the time, sometimes you gotta leave everything you know to get where you're going.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And
That's
DC
right.
is like 10 miles by 10 miles, and it's the crab in the barrel
Right.
capital of the entire world. So I left and I came here, and my cousin had built me up like I was Scarface. And so I had all this like attention, because back then you had to like let legend spread. You couldn't just come out and say, I'm a legend. I'm popping.
You got to get
Look
the,
at
you
me
gotta
on
get the
social
legends
media.
going before you get to the place.
Yeah, so he had me popping by the time I got to the AUC.
My
and
cousin
then it was
coming. My cousin.
yeah, my cousin. Yeah.
My
And
cousin.
so I was fortunate enough to come right into being a party promoter.
Wow.
And I was the first to
Were
bring-
you doing that in DC?
Well, I was trying to, but I couldn't leave the streets alone. So I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Gotcha.
But when I got to Atlanta, it was all parties. The first to bring Jay-Z here, first to bring the Big Mac tour when Biggie and Craig Mack went out.
But how did you do that?
I just was a known guy, right? Like, so Howard
Okay.
University was my entree into the, meeting celebrities.
Gotcha.
Being from DC, Howard, that was the holy grail. The girls, the artists used to come for homecoming, all these things. So as I'm in high school, I'm participating and I'm meeting. So I got a chance to meet Puff and, a lot of people at Howard University. So by the time I
Gotcha.
came to Atlanta, it was like plug and play. Atlanta was budding. LaFace was just on its explosion as a label, as a movement. So Def was forming, Rowdy Records with Dallas Austin. So I was just a part of that fabric, and I just saw a lane for myself. I wasn't an artist, but I had artist-like qualities.
That's right. Because you wear the glasses. It's the
Yeah,
glasses. You got to wear the
I had an
shades.
offering, but I didn't know quite what the offering was. I knew that people were involved. So I started throwing parties, and literally the rest is history. I became, the biggest promoter here, AG Entertainment, who still does stuff here. He was my partner back then in school. And then, music business and fashion, Second Black Designers, Evans and Saks Fifth Avenue, all from trying some shit. I tell my mentees all the time,
Try
some
some
shit.
shit. Yeah.
absolutely. So.
Yeah. And so what do you think
Oh,
what
right.
do you think now?
Right.
Like how you have been able to
Yeah,
sustain
it's
it?
like I always tell my mentees too, sorry I keep dropping jewels, but this is my whole purpose in life.
Yeah, that's what this is for.
Yeah,
Drop these
never
jewels.
let your expectations exceed your effort. Like I was always in the moment. I think a lot of people go through life and they kind of just go. But I go through the moment and I feel everything. Like I'm writing my second book called What Matters Most. And the whole theme of it is, when I was young, I used to compartmentalize things because I saw things that a child wasn't supposed to see, like single parent home, drug usage, the whole thing in my household. And I would feel it till it's, capacity. Like I would feel everything I needed to feel, but then I would get rid of it. And I wish I could instill that to my older child. But I would just like feel, and I'd go. And I think that a lot of times, we have these lofty goals and dreams, but we don't actually get to the purpose and why we're doing it and what we're doing it for. And you quickly find that most creatives and successful people will tell you, the money was never the thing.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was the fulfillment of scratching that itch. It was the fulfillment of, making something happen. But I think for me, staying relevant has always, been knowing my purpose. And that's to share what I know, give back to people. And I'm the kind of person I want everyone around me to be whole. So I found a release to do that, and I've been blessed doing it.
That's dope. I mean, we live by that too. But you have to. It's pouring into people and building your tribe.
Yes.
Definitely is the focus, and I do believe that is how you keep longevity. Is that the focus is not just on you. What can I do? What can I get?
Yeah.
It's about how can we build this together so that she can this and this can this and this can connect, and we can bring her into this. And I think that is what keeps you going.
Yeah, and that's the purpose of my book, like what matters most. All the things I saw as a child was one thing, but as long as my mom was all right, that's what mattered most. As long as my aunts, because I was raised by all women. I went to the street to find like that male role model, but then even when I, got this group of friends, it was like, we're going to go together. When, I got my first $2 million. I gave everybody $40,000 a year. It was like, you do this, you do this. No, you're not an expert in none of it, but you're going to do it.
Right.
We're going to move to California.
That's
We're going
what
to
I'm
figure it
talking
out. And as
Right.
long as they were good, that's what mattered most. And then obviously when I met my wife, it was a whole life-changing thing because although I had this love from these women, they were from an era where they weren't taught to teach. You get what I'm saying? Like they weren't like the maternal side, the mothering side was there, but it was love. It wasn't like you don't have to worry about you getting locked up. You can go forth and do whatever you want still in life. I was told go work for UPS or FedEx and you're gonna be all right. But
That's
me,
what they knew.
That's my
what they
point.
meant,
And then,
right.
but when I met my wife, it was like you're Kenny motherfucking Burns.
Yes.
I was like, oh shit, no one's ever told me I was Kenny motherfucking Burns. My basketball coach be like Kenny Burns or somebody say, but but my point is, I think
I love that.
knowing what matters most is it's purposeful, and people need to kind of feel that on their journeys, so they can because when you're on it, you're always like but you gotta step back sometimes, and see what's going on. So
I freaking love
yeah,
that.
yeah, the dream is real.
The dream is very real. So what? So are there anything specific that you are? I know you have your book coming out, but
Yes.
that you are now. What is it? Ambassadoring.
Ambassadoring.
That
Leading the charge on.
Yeah, so
I mean, you're an entrepreneur.
Very
so,
much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. So I have a new whiskey called Uncle Near's Premium
Yes.
Whiskey. Nathan
Which we
Uncle
did a
Near's-
shot that night.
We did it, baby. We went on stage and had a ball after the Act Right juice. But Uncle Near's Premium Whiskey, Nathan Uncle Near's Green is the first African American distiller on record, which we all know. All of our aunties, grandmamas, mamas, and whatever used to make some type of hooch wine, whiskey,
moonshine,
something. But he was the
hooch
first.
wine,
He's the first African American master distiller on record, and he's the first master distiller for Jack Daniels. And it's funny how strangers, y'all, and I just want to talk about this. All the things I've done great, and I created the influencer programs that all spirit companies use. I've given a lot to people individually and companies, and it took a complete stranger to offer me some equity. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Yep.
all the people I know and
Yep.
all I've done,
Yep.
it took a complete stranger to be like, you know what, so
I'm going to invest in you.
exactly.
Yeah.
There was a raise being done. I knew the guys that were doing the raise. They were doing like a $10 million raise. And they told Fawn Weaver, who's the founder of Uncle Near's Premium Whiskey, like, you got to talk to this guy. Like, he's a savant in his space. I don't know exactly what he does.
Nobody knows exactly.
He's a lifestyle expert.
he moves the needle. And obviously I've done. I mean, when Grey Goose wanted to go against Puff, they gave me some money in Atlanta, and it was like a test, right? A beta, right? Like, let's see what you can do. 6 months later, we went up 498% in the market. And they were like, oh, here's $1 million. Go do whatever you want across the world. But my point is, I think that for Uncle Nearest, it was timing, right? You do all these things. You got to go through the motions in life. You got to be disappointed. And people got to, especially the
Right.
people you look up to, they have to disappoint you.
Yeah.
They have to disappoint you because
Wow, that's deep right there.
Yeah,
I,
because
I need some thought sound. We have thought music.
Yeah,
we can
please.
say something deep.
Say that
So I
quote
want you
one
to
more
say it
time.
one more time, and we
no.
gonna
The
get
people
silent.
you looked up have to disappoint you. They have to disappoint you, and I'll tell you why. It's because you look up to these people and you think that that's the holy grail. You think
Yeah.
that's the end all be all. You think that's where you need to be successful. But you
Wow.
learn along your journey. You define success for yourself.
That's right.
And for me, it was like going through all those experiences and then to meet Fawn. Literally, I met her one week. The next week, I had an offer. The next week, we in business and we doing 32,000 cases first year with no. I'm talking about that's bigger than Casamigos. And Casamigos in 4 years sold for $1 billion.
Right.
So it's all timing, and I don't want people to get discouraged on their journey because
Right.
it's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And guess what? What you ultimately dream of might not happen, but it's okay. You got to enjoy the little things.
Right.
You gotta enjoy the little things. So that's one of the things. I'm doing a coffee table book called The Life of the Party, which I got to show y'all this picture.
I
from
love
last
that.
night. Yeah,
The
no,
life
it's
of the party.
it's my ode to Atlanta. When I moved back from LA last year, I really had a hard time adjusting to not being in the club.
That's
Put the
crazy.
wig on, KB. Put the wig on. But
Please
I had
do the
I had
wig.
a real hard time.
Hilarious. You're crazy.
Not being in the club 3-4 nights a week because it's like that's $30,000 a month. Like that.
Right.
But I can't listen to 6ix9ine. I can't. Lil Pump and the rest of the youngins. I mean, God bless them and I love them on it. Do your thing, but that's not me.
Right.
And I never wanted to be the old dude in the club. Although
Yeah,
my
Right.
but you
skill set allows me-
evolve.
No,
you
do.
evolve.
You
And you
do.
gotta appreciate the evolution
Yes.
of where we are. And that
Say
women
that.
have a hard time. We have a hard time with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And we see it because we're still trying to be that girl we were then, wear that
Right.
outfit, date
Yes.
that dude, because we can't appreciate where we are.
Yes, and when I
That's-
moved to California to launch Revolt Television with Puff, I made a point like I'm not gonna host in LA weekly. That's just something I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna do big weekends, which is a big fucking weekend every week. So it seems like I'm somewhere every week hosting. But then you take on like corporate clients with Coca-Cola, and you do all
Yeah.
this big.
Yeah.
We see each other at Essence all. Like it's so it's a dynamic, and don't be scared of the pivot, y'all. The pivot is necessary.
Yeah.
The pivot, even though
Explain
I
what the
dress like
pivot
a
is.
young, and I'm 45, about to be 46. It's time for me to pivot.
So you can't dress like you dress.
No, I'm gonna continue to be fly.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
that's what I'm
yeah.
Why
saying.
at 45?
Come on,
It
but
was
Yeah.
that's what,
Yeah.
last night I put on a wig because the dedication was 1985.
Yeah,
And if you remember 1985, if you didn't have a Jerry curl or waves, you wasn't popping.
that's right.
And Ready for the World was at ATL Live on the Park last
And
night.
so you had to put
they
the wig
were.
on.
What?
You had to put
Tonight?
the Jerry curl
Digital
wig
display?
on. Yes.
Ooh, this love is so. Jesus.
Oh, this love is so.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's
Oh,
I'll
I
be
used
sure.
to,
I'm sorry.
I was getting ready to say that is I'll be sure, but I used to love that song.
You're with me.
But
My
yes.
bad. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm going
Yes.
slow song. Some mixtape.
That's
for you.
fine.
He's
Ready for the
mixtaping.
world. Ready for the world.
Yeah, ready for
Tonight.
the world. Tonight.
Tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Why you still
here we
here,
go.
girl? Can you make up your mind? You want to make love tonight?
That was the
I want
ultimate like
you to
talent
hold me.
show.
Oh, my God.
Like people used to always try to sing "Ready for the World" at the talent show.
That was junior high
That
school.
was junior.
That was true. See now your
They
shit
would
is coming
and
out.
they would mess
Now
up. That's
your
fine.
shit.
Yeah,
is
I get
coming
it.
out.
I get it.
Your shit.
I was in my bag. I had the whole all my. It was unbelievable. So big
Yeah,
shout out to Ready for
you-
the World.
I love it.
You get so excited.
I
I,
do,
love
because
it.
it's-
I love it.
What's the alternative, Terry Vaughn? To be miserable.
I
Yeah.
know,
and
right?
to be just in
Get
your
old
whole-
and die.
Yeah, yes. You know what I mean? My father been 4 places. He's 75. It don't make no sense. It
Yeah.
don't make no sense. My mom goes everywhere. She don't wait. She come
That's
to my
right.
house for 8 days and she go to California. She leave
Yeah.
California. She goes to Detroit. But that's life. You gotta,
gotta
You
live.
gotta live
You only
life.
get one.
Yeah.
You only
And I
get
think
one.
that's some of the fuel behind what you do too.
Yes.
It's like you live.
I
and you
live life
live
for a
out
living.
loud.
Yeah, and I'm not unapologetic too, because see what happens is people will try to make you feel like your superpowers aren't just that superpowers. They're trying to make you feel like because I've been taken advantage of in the music business for so many years because I'm just a good dude. I'm gonna give you what a Damon Dash. Here's the movie Paid in Full. Oh, you went and did a 3 picture deal with. You know what I'm saying? The Weinsteins, and you making all these movies. All I wanted was a little scene in the back of the Benz. I didn't get it. Next time I knew this movie was out. But he came back, hey, I need you to come to Rockefeller. We got Kanye West. We got all this stuff. I need your help, blah, blah, blah. Yes, but my point is, at the end of the day, you got to go through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to go through that stuff.
Yeah.
You got to figure. And for me, it's just a blessing, to be honest, to be able to look up. Because who been doing something 20 years and been successful and have, you know what I'm saying, a whole life in the music business? How many people you know got a whole life?
A
There's so many
whole life.
broken
That's,
spirits. I'm
that's
talking about
yeah, a
motherfuckers
whole
got
life.
some money,
Right.
but they look in the mirror every day and they fighting the person
That's
they
right.
created
Right.
versus
That's
the person
right.
they
Right.
are.
That's right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
it has taken out a many. I'm sure we can go
Yeah.
down that
So you
list.
can be
yeah.
careful what you wish for out there, party people. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get the shit, and then you're gonna just, you know what I'm talking about, want to stab yourself.
Kill yourself.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's
Facts.
Yeah, facts. Yes.
Facts. You
Yeah.
can't. You listen, man. These people, man, and the people you idolize, that all a majority of them are false prophets. They run around here talking about black love and love
Yep.
and community. And you selfish motherfuckers. I could really write a book on that, but I am not that light skinned because I'm blue black on the inside, and I want the culture to be whole. But my point is, you know what I'm saying? We gotta watch who we putting on the pedestal, y'all.
That's
We-
right. That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Put your wife on the pedestal, your mama, somebody that's
Yeah.
in your life every day,
Yeah.
speaking life into you. Don't
Right.
Yeah.
Somebody you know.
be.
Somebody
Yeah.
is speaking
But,
life
but
into
again, it's
you.
that
I
social
love
media.
that.
People just feel like
That's
they
social
know
media.
these people and they don't know them.
Yeah, social media is the devil.
Yeah.
It's great for business. It's great for I look good naked to promote you. You know what I'm talking about? But like, it's the devil. I just wish they had to hustle. Cause see, back when we were talking about you had to been popping before social media, I was passing out literally these.
Yeah,
for-
passing out
come to
flyers.
my
Exactly.
party.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
you had to have
People were
some type
passing out mixtapes. I remember being in New York
Yeah.
and it was literally like dudes was passing out tapes on the
Yes.
street
Yeah.
all day
Selling
long.
stuff
That's
out
the
the
only
trunk.
way people
Yeah.
heard your stuff. And now these
of,
kids
and
are
now
lazy.
you can just do this.
yeah.
Yeah. It's lazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that's
Different.
such a.
But it's just different.
But you know what? You use it to your advantage,
Yeah.
and
That's right.
it's a blessing to entrepreneurs because online there's a whole movement. Clearly, you don't even have to see the shit to buy it.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? And look at Fashion Nova.
Right.
Yeah,
Huh?
right.
Hello.
Right.
Fashion Nova is a whole thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So and their majority of business is online is my point. But there's some blessings to it, but there are definitely some curses as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Where can people get your whiskey?
Uncle Near's Premium Whiskey is we're in 30-something states. We'll be at 44 by the end of the year. So it's 9 times out of 10 it's in the major markets. If you're in a major market, please just go online at unclenears.com, put in your zip code. It'll tell you exactly where to go get it.
Can they get it online though
They
as
can
well?
get it online as well. Yes. And we're in London, and I mean it's growing super fast. So such a blessing. And actually, y'all, I just learned about your game a little bit, Terry. You know, Universal announced Will Packer and I are doing a movie called Fight Night. It's about Chicken Man and the cop, first black detective in Atlanta. Backdrop is the Ali Quarry fight, and it's the biggest heist in Georgia history to date. But then,
I saw that.
I didn't know about this. Watch this. Here comes the pivot.
The pivot.
The motherfucking pivot.
The pivot.
So then I'm hyped, you know what I'm saying? Universal
course.
announced the shit. Will is calling me every 2 days. And we on. I was like, okay. And then I don't really know that being an executive producer, I don't get paid till we start production, right? So I'm like, cool, we gonna get into production. Let's get this script done. Oh no, we usually go through 5 writers before we get to that. So I'm like, all right, cool. It's gonna be another year, but it's cool. We gonna get it popping.
Are you
And
writing?
then
You
2
wrote it?
months. No, I didn't write.
Oh, okay.
I just, I found the story, secured the life right.
Gotcha.
And that was a whole thing. We got to talk. But so then in June, I think it was June, maybe May, here comes Will Smith. He don't only get on social media. He announces Uptown Saturday Night,
Yeah.
which is the same story.
Yeah.
Same. I mean, obviously they took it and so now it's like a fight to the finish line.
Yeah.
And
Against Will Smith.
against Will. And no, not just Will.
Will
and
and
Kevin
Kevin.
Hart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm throwing up in my mouth twice a week because I'm thinking I'm finna executive produce my first movie. Shit might not get made.
Yeah, it happens.
But look, I'm saying it publicly because it still can. So I heard that they tried 3 different times to put Uptown Saturday Night. He's had the thing for like 15 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
So I heard
sounds
that
cool.
happens too in this business.
Yes.
I'm learning, y'all.
Yes.
I'm learning. Pray for me. Pray
Yeah,
for me.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
It
I
takes
wanna be
it
on
takes a
red
while
carpet.
for a film to get made
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People think it's easy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
oh, I got
then-
this great idea. Make this movie.
Yeah.
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 And then
Okay.
Will Packer says, you got to have 10 to get 2 through. I'm like, nigga.
Right.
This is my only one, nigga. You better, I done took me 18 months to secure these. You better get this shit done. Will Packer Productions, my brother.
Absolutely. Any other questions?
No, this is good. I'm good.
Any other jewels you want to drop on us before?
Yes, the key to marriage is to
Yes.
the fellas out
Because you've
there.
been married for 19 years.
Yes,
Yes.
it'll be 19 in October. The key to marriage.
October what?
October 16th.
That's my
That's her
motherfucking
birthday.
birthday.
Yeah.
You special, girl. You important.
Yes.
But I just want to share this about marriage because everybody always asks me when they see me, how do you juggle what you do
Right.
out here with all these girls and
That's
stuff?
right.
And then you go, I said, because my family gets everything and y'all get some of the shit. Y'all get this 2 hours we together. And guess where I'm going after this? I'm going home.
Right.
And I just want to say to all the brothers out there, I had a rotten tooth when I met my wife. Yes, I had a rotten tooth in the back of my mouth, not the front. But nonetheless, I had a rotten tooth. She got my tooth fixed, y'all.
Right.
She got my
Oh,
tooth
so
fixed.
you know that is
I-
your queen.
Hello.
Yeah.
I
That's your
had
goddess.
my money under the mattress and paying bills through Western Union. She got me an account. I'm just
Oh, my
saying some
God.
Yeah.
shit you could do
Yes.
by yourself, and then there's some shit you need to do together. And
Shout
you,
out to
you,
her.
you need a partner,
Yeah.
man. You need
What's
a
your
partner.
wife's name?
Jessica Burns.
Yes, Jessica. Thank
Yes.
you. Big ups to Jessica.
And she
And
told me
she
the other
knows
day-
what
His
she
ass
has too. 'Cause
together.
then it's got to be a strong woman that just even can
Right.
deal with
Are
all
you
that is
serious?
Kenny Burns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she told me the other day, she said, I married a convicted felon. I knew what you was going to be. I said, okay, well, I ain't got nothing else to say. You got it. Whatever. You all right.
All right, Jessica. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's great relationship advice.
Yeah, we can have a whole nother relationship
So
show.
we
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
But if guys,
Talk about
if you're
sex.
out there, well, sex, that's easy. Guys, if you're out
I
there
was just,
and you have a rotten tooth,
yes, get you a woman that's going to send you. Yeah.
the woman that helps get that tooth fixed,
Yes. She's the
that
one.
That's the
is
one.
the one.
She is the one.
That is the one.
That is the one.
Because
Yeah.
a lot of you fugly mouth ass niggas out here running around, you need not only a woman, you
A
need
good
some
dentist?
hygiene tips. You little dirty motherfuckers. I'm sorry. I'm turning up. Do we
The
have a
woman
woman
that
there?
tells
Where are
you-
you going?
don't know.
What's
No,
happening?
I
He's just saying the woman that's being honest. The woman that'll be like, you're not so much.
Exactly.
That's the
These
one you
women be
marry.
dealing with these dudes. I mean, let's not talk about the tattoos on the face, but let's just talk about the gook in the teeth. The gook. Gook in the teeth is not healthy. That's not hygiene. You let that man suck
is
on your
not.
Because
face.
they don't
That is
care.
not-
You let
I'm
that
just-
man suck on you,
I'm
girl,
just
and you got the
wondering
teeth.
how we got here. That's
I just
all.
don't
I'm
know how the teeth get there.
You,
Find you somebody that's gonna fix your tooth, bro.
I'm so happy Jessica fixed your tooth. Jessica, thank
How
you.
did we get there?
How did
did-
we get here?
I
We
don't
just
know.
had a
I'm sorry.
really 5-minute conversation about
Your
teeth.
baby looking
Okay.
at me. Niece of mine, turn around. Don't listen to
Look at
Uncle
her.
Kenny. No, she
Right.
can't.
She's laughing, right? Because that's going to be. So yeah, what was going on with the teeth?
what's
Like
gook
what
in
was
teeth,
what's
right?
good in teeth? Yeah. Why was Auntie Terry cursing? Mommy? Why
Kenny
was she-
Burns.
Burns.
Turn 'em up. Yes.
What's your okay? I know you're at Kenny Burns. Where else
Yes.
can people find you, and how and what can we do to support what
Yeah,
you're doing?
I just be out here in these streets, providing an experience. So whenever you see me come to your town, know that you're gonna have the time of your life. I mean, I might not wear a wig specifically.
But
in
you
your
might.
town. I might.
You might.
Prince is my father in my mind, so you never know what's going on. You know what I'm talking about? But again, you had to be popping before social media to understand that statement. All right. Apollonia changed my life. You seen this?
We know.
Okay, great.
We saw Purple
We saw
Rain.
Purple
You-
Rain. We
but
saw
you-
it.
You know, because I said it on the
Yes.
stage.
You said it on the
She-
show. You
think
did.
she's slick.
Yeah.
I love y'all. This
That
is cool.
Apollonia changed your life?
Oh,
I
my
didn't
God.
hear. Why did okay.
No, well, Prince
Aside
changed my
from
life.
seeing-
See, when you're 13, 12, well, how old was I? It was
When
84
Purple
when
Rain
Purple
came
Rain.
out?
84. So I was 11 going on 12.
Right. Okay.
And I went to the Norwest Theater in Detroit, Michigan, and
To
I
watch
saw,
it?
yeah, and I just never saw a dainty man, you know what I'm saying, handling
A dainty
man. He was a dainty.
Was very dainty and petite.
He's
yes.
a dainty man, but he was a man nonetheless. The way he handled her was so magical, and in my mind, I was getting my game together for the ladies. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I was like, instead of being rough, tough, and I'm gonna just slow down. You know what I'm saying? Take my time. And then when he had Apollonia on the bed, y'all remember the red lingerie scene? And he came from the back and he pulled her face neck back. He looked like he was gonna choke her, but he was gentle. And he tipped the chin. He kissed her. Then he took the one little finger and he went like this. Whoop! I said, where'd it go? Where did the finger go? It changed my whole outlook on dating at 12.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been
And there you
advanced.
go.
I've been advanced.
And
since
that
then.
is how Prince changed Kenny Burns'
Yeah,
life.
absolutely.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Kenny
Yes,
Burns.
We'll
Adore.
talk about that on another
Adore is my favorite Prince
Adore
song.
is your favorite?
Until
I would have
the
to say that's
end
probably
time.
mine.
Mine is When Two Are in
Maybe.
Love.
When two are in
Oh my God.
That shit right there.
Oh, God.
Interbrace.
I
Interbrace.
love.
Oh no, that's my
favorite.
song.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's on that continuous album.
Yeah,
So you.
that's what we should do.
yeah.
One show, T. We
just
should.
a dedication
Yes.
to Prince.
A
Hello.
dedication of
We
Oh
Prince.
my
should get
God.
the top 10 songs, break them
I love
down
it.
lyrically,
Yep.
Okay.
and go there.
So we're gonna. That's next.
That's next on my
That's next.
birthday.
When's your birthday? Oh, October
Scorpios.
29th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna be busy
You're gonna
on
be
your
busy, yeah.
birthday.
So we're gonna
I'm
have
gonna
to
make
do it
time
next
to do your
before then.
podcast. I came today.
I
locked
can't wait
myself
for
out
that
the
one.
house and got
You
here.
did,
Yeah.
and I just thank you. He was locked out his house,
Yes.
ladies
FaceTime
and
to
gentlemen.
prove.
He
I look at him
FaceTime
FaceTime. I say because he can prove it.
so he
He be
can
like,
prove that he's walking around.
I gotta show her like
out
look,
of
look,
his
the car's right there, baby. The car, it's right there. But I really
and you
enjoyed
came
y'all.
through anyway.
Yes, always.
and I
Steve.
really appreciate it. Love
Absolutely.
your energy. You're coming back.
You're coming back for our Prince countdown. I'm excited about that.
And
that's,
I
that's
love
gonna
because I
be-
love
That's gonna be
Prince.
legendary.
It's
Yes.
the top 10.
Top 10.
countdown. We're gonna do
Lyrically,
that.
you know how I am about lyrics.
Yes.
Interlock.
And
Yeah, I'm so excited.
And we'll also have to do the relationship one.
Yeah.
We can do it on the same episode. Relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Countdown?
Y'all gonna, I feel
Like-
like y'all gonna go there with those 10 songs.
Like
It's gonna take
ladies,
the whole
I got a
time.
question for the ladies out
Oh my
there.
God, here we go.
Ladies, if you keep dating, man, it ain't shit. I don't know how you think you're gonna get some shit out of the relationship. I'm confused. Like I had a living life for a living tour. Me and Rob Hill Sr. You know, he gives all those quotes online. You know what I'm saying? He ain't in no relationship, but he gives the best relationship advice. And so we went on the road. But the crazy thing is, the consensus was I keep dating Pookie.
Right.
And I just keep dating Pookie.
And my-
It seems
and-
like
and
Pookie
wanting
after
to wipe
Pookie
your
after.
credit.
And I'm like,
Right,
what?
right.
It's
Stop
some good
dating
dudes out
Pookie.
there for you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We'll
Date
say that for
zero.
next show.
Stop dating Pookie.
Stop.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But if you only think you're worth Pookie,
Yeah.
then
it
you
always
just keep
comes down to
attracting
self-esteem. Yeah.
Pookies.
Keep attracting Pookie.
But that's a whole
But
nother
hey,
conversation
okay,
that
sorry,
we are not
yes.
getting into right here because we are closing out our show.
Yeah.
And
Or if you're at the
follow
world famous
Kenny
compound every
Burns.
week, I don't know how you expect to try to get a regular person.
Follow Kenny Burns
Yes.
at Kenny Burns.
Yes, please.
At Kitty Burns.
Yes.
Follow Cass Seegers Beatles at Cass
Cass Seegers.
Seegers. Follow Terry J. Vaughn at Terry J. Vaughn and I Look Good Naked Podcast at ILGN Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in
Thank
and
you,
listening
Terry.
to us. Thank you,
Thank
Kenny.
you,
We love
Cass.
you.
Love you too.
Thank you for listening to I Look Good Naked Podcast.
If you can hear my voice, touch yourself.
I'm a boss chick, yeah, I'm a boss lady. I be calling shots, I be getting money. I'm a boss chick, yeah, I'm a boss lady. I be calling shots, I be getting money.